I do feel sweet 16, so sometimes I like to say I'm 16. I'm also a public figure. Yes, I'm the most Googled celebrity in this country, more than the president.
I thought the Abuja housewives did it all, and like Nairobi housewives will not be coming with vibe. But with what we saw yesterday on the very first episode of the Real Housewives of Nairobi, we should know that we have a lot to discuss, a lot to watch. Like these housewives are really, really giving. They are vibe, and it's just going to be a wonderful week because we have a lot to look out for. So this is the gist with Loba, and I'll be reviewing the Real Housewives of Nairobi. Yes. So if you're a returning subscriber, I'm very grateful for always coming back to this page to watch my videos. And if you are new here, I guess, and I'm telling you for a fact that this is the very best family to join. So subscribe, like, as I will always do justice to your favorite shows. Thank you. We were introduced to Kenya, Nairobi, and it was actually a very wonderful one. The scenes and the voiceover was a very good one. It actually gave us an insight of what life seems to be in Nairobi. So it's a very, very wonderful one. And I will be telling you guys for the fact that I'm a Nigerian and I'm doing this from Nigeria. So to an extent, I might not have ground knowledge or background knowledge about these celebrities. So my analysis and kind of review and comments will be based on what I could gather about them on the show and not outside their life before this show. Yeah, so the tagline was one very important part of this season or be this show because we all know like Real Housewives franchise we always have the tagline of the cast. So it was a very wonderful one, but to an extent I do not really see a lot of the taglines of this cast to be interesting or kind of intriguing. Like, okay, these people we have a lot to give. And if you should have judged the show by the taglines which we were introduced to, I'm so sure you would have just been like, no, this show will not be a very perfect one. But upon but just giving it that moment of doubt and to watch, you'll be like, wow, yes, this is something I'll be coming back to watch. Yeah. So for the taglines, for Lisa, it's also boring. Life is so amazing. Who doesn't know that before? Yeah, that tagline is boring to be sincere. But I actually just like that of Vera and Susan. Yeah, Vera said family, fame, fortune, these are the jewels to my crown. And for Susan, she said, I'm the posh queen, my life is my business. Yeah, I think Susan will be drama. Yes, she will be drama on this show. So that's all for the tagline. I will not really go too much into what other taglines are, but I'll actually just share you pictures of the rest. So that's that for the tag. So the very first cast we were introduced to was Suzanne. So Suzanne said she's a divorcee. She has two kids, 7 and 14, and she's a lawyer and a travel agent. So it's actually very wonderful to see this woman on the show. And one thing I like upon watching this very first episode, one thing I could see about Suzanne is that she's this fabulous person who wants to stay classy, wants to wear everything posh, everything big, every like I think she wants that attention and the rest. And she reminds me of this cast from Real Housewives of Dubai. That's Channel Ayan. So if you had seen Real Housewives of Dubai, you see that like Channel Ayan, how she's just this African woman and she's always, especially for the fashion parts, you know. However, Channel Ayan overdoes it. So I don't know if what's her name, Susan, will actually be giving that energy of doing too much, or probably she will actually take her own on a moderate, but she's already portraying herself as someone who will use her fashion to do a whole lot. So it's just going to be a wonderful watch for us. Then the second person we introduced to was Sonal. Yeah, so she's also a divorcee and she says she has 4 kids and yes, that's it. So she calls herself General, and it's actually very wonderful to see that kind of alias, a big nickname given to herself. So it was a very wonderful one. Then after this, we were introduced to Vera. So Vera says she is the most Googled celebrity in Kenya, and I just feel she has pride. But it's wonderful. Like the vibe is yes, a very good one. So she has a child. She has a child. She's married, and just a very good one. And she sings and the rest. So and a lot of person knows Vera there in Kenya. And when I was searching, when I was I kind of searched, I even noticed that some Nigerian blogs even wrote about her when she went viral about removing her backside implant. So we're actually going to talk about that on the long run, because on this very first episode she was able to explain what actually went on, and the fact that her big backside is not like it's not an implant but just all natural, and it never went off. So away from that, let me still tell you about the other cast. So we also introduced to Lisa, and Lisa is this cancer survivor. So she said she was given just 10 days to live, and she was, I think, the fourth stage 4 cancer of the race, but to an extent she was able to survive it. And it's very wonderful to see people have this kind of story and they are doing well for themselves. They were able to push through against this, and I just feel good for her. I feel Lisa is like the oldest woman on the show. Then the last person we add is Minne. So Minne is a Kenyan actress, and she is on this show Single Kiaski, I guess. I've not even seen that film, and I really love to see it. So she has this fierce attitude. She's bold, and I think she's unapologetic, and we are here for this kind of character. No, yes, because you can't just push women like this anyhow. You understand? So they will actually really come back for you. So it's actually wonderful that we have a cast like Minne on this show. I mean, I'm very sorry if I'm not pronouncing the name correctly. You can be free to just come to my comment section to tell me how well I can pronounce the name. I don't know how you can even do that, but I'm very sorry if I'm pronouncing the name wrongly. So that's that, and she coming to the show was wonderful because she was fierce. Yes, and one very person that was on this first episode is Dr. Maria. Yes, so Dr. Maria has this attitude. And I don't know why the producers of the show did not make her one of the cast, because this woman is giving. I don't want to even be saying is giving anymore, self, but it's just there. Yes, so Dr. Maria has this attitude. She seems intelligent, so she's an aesthetics doctor. I think you know all these plastics things women do now. So she's into all of this, and it's actually very wonderful that she's on the show. And she was the only one who was able to challenge Vera for what she put out on social media about her backside implant removal. So we're going to go deep into this. So let's get so on the course of the show, we had a moment where Sonal and Vera went for a date. I mean, they went for lunch, yes, so somewhere. And Vera had Sonal had to wait for like the longest for Vera to come. Like seriously, I felt bad for Sonal. But Sonal, I feel Sonal is just this calm and collected person who will not always be mad at people. So to an extent, the women on this show are blessed to have someone like her on the show. Though we cannot really judge now. Yeah, they say don't judge a book by its cover. So I guess we cannot really judge. So now I'm not saying judge in the context of I don't know, I don't know if I'll say judge, but what I'm saying is that we cannot really say if she's truly calm and collected. You get, so we just have to keep up with the show and see if there is another side to her where she can always like not be always calm and be collected, and we always let people do trashy things, and she'll be like, oh, I'm cool with it, because it was very unnecessary to see Vera to come so late. I think they were supposed to meet by 4 p.m. and she had to wait till like 7. That was like unacceptable. So they had the lunch. I don't even know if it's now dinner. So they had it, and while they were having it, they had to talk about their life and the rest. So Sonal asked Vera about her backside in the implants and everything. So Vera was very sincere, and she said she was, she said she was pregnant, and for the fact that she was pregnant, she was off social media, and she has not been doing a thing as a celebrity. So having to come back to social media, she had to get relevance. She have to be known. She have to let people know that yes, I'm back. So putting out that news that okay, she removed her backside implants because of complications was just something like, I think it was just a clout chasing something she did, which she did deliberately just to get people's attention, and it was a successful one for her because a lot of person, a lot of blogs and news media wrote about it. She was just everywhere, and it was like a conversation there in Kenya, if I'm not mistaken. So it was a very successful strategy for her, and she also had a music video which she kind of released that time. So she explained why she did that. And she actually told Sonal that her backside is actually real and it's still there and it's natural. It's not like probably she did plastic surgery. So it was a very good one that now a lot of like the kind of what we kind of heard about, because even when the show was yet to start, I went to search about these women, and that was like the news was just like one thing that is attributed to Vera. The news about her removing her a backside implant. So coming to this show now, I want to know if probably she still have it, or maybe it's out, or maybe when they were filming the show she was yet to remove it and the rest. So I just like, okay, we'll have an insight to the life of this woman on this reality TV show, and that is what we've been opportune to see that okay, it was just for relevance, it was just for her to kind of gain relevance and people to actually know that okay, she's back, and she should just, I think, just for like promotion purposes. So it's actually very nice. At least she's not doing it at the detriment of other people's image and the rest. She's still using herself to clout chase or place. Yes, that's another thing on the show. So I just have to go to the like very important thing that actually happened on the show, apart from this Sonal and Vera's meet. So now the Sonal, on this very first episode, Suzanne actually held an event which was sip and smell, I guess, so far a line, a perfume line which she was launching, and it was very wonderful. So I was telling you guys about Suzanne being someone who will always like to do like fabulous things. She always wants to do extra. Yes, extra. That woman, she's extra. So she actually landed at the event for a sip and smell event with a chopper. Oh my god, she's given rich. Yeah. So it was actually a very wonderful one. And during this event, she wore three different outfits, and she made it clear that she specifically told the women or the ladies to come in black, all black, so that she can pop because she wore a yellow gown. So like she can be different and she can be like, yes, everybody will know that yes, now she's the owner of the show. I wanted to speak Nigerian pidgin, but I forgot like a lot of my audience are not Nigerian because it's Nairobi. Real Housewives we are doing. So I won't be speaking pidgin, pardon me for that. So the event was a success. It was a success. But like the very two, okay, let me say three things highlights of this event was Minne. I don't even know what the pronunciation of this name. Minne coming in an orange dress, wherever the kind of the team or the outfit she told them to wear was all black. And my Minna was like, she doesn't wear black and the rest, and she had to just use a flower to bribe Suzanne. So it's actually very understandable. Sha. Then the next highlight of this event, so they had a dinner, and Dr. Maria was part of the guests there. So there was this kind of argument between Dr. Maria and Vera. So Dr. Maria is an aesthetics doctor, so she's into these stuffs like this plastic backside and the rest. So she knows everything. So now she was of the view that Vera coming to social media to tell people she had complications from her butt implants, it's so wrong, and it's not ethical because it's putting, I guess a point, because she's into this field of study, this field. And if people or celebrities should come to social media and put out things like that, and which is a lie, it's just putting people in that field on this kind of position where people will feel like okay, what they are doing is not so good, in as much as there are complications, but this yours is not even true. You do not really, like, you've not even done this and there's no complication, so why do you come to social media to lie? That to an extent it's putting people who are of this career in a bad light, which Vera don't care about. She too, everybody's just hustling. So I just feel like Dr. Mara should be able to understand Vera for the fact that she did it for a purpose, and for her own career purpose. In as much as it's your office, Dr. Maria, it's your office, and you want people to see like, okay, what you guys are doing is not bad. It's not like it's so bad. Yes, it's a wonderful thing, and people needs it if they want it. You get, but for Vera, she just, and for the fact that I just, one thing I would just kind of say is that the Vera should have just addressed it and should have not go on and on and on with it, because to an extent Vera is on this show, so people will actually know what really happened. That okay, oh, this was it, and this was the reason why we had that news. So Vera is on the show. She already tell everyone about what really happened, that it was just for relevance sake and the rest. So to an extent, you people like the aesthetic doctors have been vindicated for the fact that Vera had come to the show and she's not even lying about it. She's truthful about it. So Dr. Maria should have just rest about it. But to an extent, I actually like her because she's fearless, she's fierce, and she's very outspoken, and it's very, very commendable something to say. So that was that. And after that, I think Dr. Maria left. Then the very next thing we had was this lady, Michelle and Minne. And the kind of, I think that one thing that we always keep everybody like glued on, that we always make everybody remember this very first episode, was Minne's savage reply for Michelle, where she told her that she writes IG posts just alone, why she should write checks. So they just, I don't know why the lady was just on and on the actress kind of matter, because she was just like, oh, you this, you're that. So I feel Michelle should have come. I don't even see that drama as something necessary. The woman, like the Michelle, I don't know who she is and what she does. But I try to check on social media, but I'm not really getting so much about her. But I don't really know why she was just on like that. It was uncalled for. It was unnecessary. Yes. I like for Dr. Maria and Vera's back and forth. It was understandable. But for this Mitchell, she never have points. She was just looking for attention. She was just looking for highlights to an extent. And I actually like the fact that Minne schooled her and left. It was wonderful. So the very first episode of Real Housewives of Nairobi was an interesting one, and we're looking forward to another episode next Thursday. And I'll always be here to do review today. So thank you.